Welcome to Fight Club 24/7. My name's Johnny Rashman. Dillian Whyte, Tyson Fury. 3 weeks to go to the fight, and we're all sat here thinking, is this fight going to happen? And that's not right for boxing. It really isn't. The one thing that I'm really dubious about is the lack of promotion for Dillian Whyte. Now, if you follow me, you'll know my thoughts on this. I think Dillian Whyte has thrown his toys out the pram. No respect for the fans. Very unprofessional. And it's a bad look for boxing, his lack of promotion. But then I'm also thinking, if he's putting absolutely no work in the promotion, like he's not stupid, his team aren't stupid, they'll know that's going to have a big impact on him negatively, right? Because everyone knows in boxing, if you have a big event, a big fight, even if you lose, your stock is still gone high. It's gone like that. And especially in the States, Dillian Whyte isn't a big name. So if he put the work in the promotion and did what he was meant to do and got people talking, and it was, especially in the States, because you've got to realise that in England, this fight sells itself. It's fine. Right, but I'm talking about on a global scale. In America, they don't know Dillian Whyte. They don't know the story with Tyson Fury and Dillian Whyte. I don't think they particularly care. So that's why I was up to Dillian Whyte to tell him, to show other people in different countries why this fight is so big and why there's so much animosity and why it's going to be a big event. And the fact he's doing absolutely nothing leads me to think, is this fight going to happen? Is it going to happen? There's been no undercard announced as of yet, right? And the fact that they're still waiting for the undercard, I mean, surely you put an event on, you have the undercard sewn up, don't you? Right, so are they thinking, well, we're going to wait till see if Whyte pulls out, because obviously the money that gets filtered down for the undercard fighters is not going to be as much if Whyte pulls out. Let's talk facts here. There's going to be a late replacement already training, right? That's going to happen because they're going to know, they're going to have contingency plans if Whyte pulls out. So who's this fighter going to be? Derek Chisora, Otto Wallin, Charles Martin, Pulev? Like, that's Derek Chisora. These are the sort of fighters that are probably training and have probably been given wind, probably been given a call saying, look, just be prepared. Because Tyson Fury will fight. There's no doubt about it. He's in training camp. He's already said he's going to fight no matter what. Right? And Dillian Whyte, I can't see a world now where he turns up on fight week and he just does a face-off and then gets in the ring and fights. I can't see that happening. I can't see the fight happening. I mean, when something doesn't look right and it doesn't smell right, it's usually not right, is it? And all roads are leading to the fact that Dillian Whyte is not going to participate in this fight. I mean, we're all on eggshells. Everyone's looking on social media every second. Are we going to get the news that it's been postponed, it's been cancelled? I mean, you don't know how to think. And if you look at boxing throughout history, the big fights have the build-up, right? If you look at Froch and Groves, look how George Groves stalked Rose, right? It went higher, didn't it? Even though he got knocked out in the Carl Froch rematch, but he promoted the fight. It was a big event. It was at Wembley. If you're looking at 10, 15, 20 years time, right, and Dillian Whyte sat there with his kids and they're reminiscing about the boxing times, what does a Fury fight say? There's no build-up. There's no 24/7s. There's no interviews. I mean, look at all the big fights. Canelo Mayweather, Cotto Mayweather, Cotto Margarito, De La Hoya Pacquiao, De La Hoya Floyd, Hatton Mayweather. Look at all these big fights. They all had a build-up. We were all invested. We were all built in. That's what boxing's about. It's show business, right? And we all love the build-ups. And there might be a few fans who say, oh, I'm not really bothered about the build-up. I just want to watch the fight. Yeah, all right, mate, crack on then, right? Because we know that's not the case. It's utter nonsense, right? No one is sat here happy that there's no build-up. There might be Dillian Whyte fans out there who just don't want to see what's staring them in the face, and they don't want to be honest, right? They're just trying to back Dillian Whyte all the way through and make every excuse for his behaviour. But his behaviour was unacceptable, right? Because as I say, when you look in 10, 15 years' time, you look at all the big fights and the build-up, what's Tyson Fury and Dillian Whyte? You know what the build-up is? This. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen anything like it. In 25 years of watching boxing, and I've watched many things, I've seen it all, right? I've never seen a big fight, especially for the World Heavyweight title, in the stadium between two fighters from the same country have no promotion. It's just not right. It doesn't feel right. And we're all, as I keep saying, we're all on social media thinking, is it going to happen? Is it not going to happen? That's not right for a build-up. It's not. Now, on the flip side of it, if the fight does go on, right, and Dillian Whyte does absolutely nothing in fight week, no face-to-faces, except for the weigh-in. Now, I will say, in a strange sort of way, yes, that is a bit captivating, right? Because we're all going to be glued in to see that weigh-in, right? The first time they go across it, the first time they face off against each other, I'll give it that. In a strange sort of way, that will add something to the fight. And if there is a fight that can still survive without a lack of promotion, it is this one. Because the story's still there. This fight is from the same country. Any other fight wouldn't be able to put up with it. It just won't work commercially. So this fight, even though it is going to have an impact on pay-per-view sales, it can sort of get away with it. But are we honestly sat here thinking on the 23rd of April that these two are going to fight? Because I'm not. I'm really not. It just doesn't seem right. And you look at throughout history, look at the 24/7 programs. Like, we were all built in. I know so many fighters who have literally become professional boxers on the back of those 24/7 programs. And this is what people don't understand, especially Dillian Whyte fans. They think it's acceptable for him to do what he's doing with the no promotion and the unprofessionalism. Because as I keep saying, if every boxer had this attitude and said, you know what, I'm going to take money, right, and I'm going to put absolutely no work in the promotion, professional boxing would die a death. It would die. That would be the end of it. Because no sponsors would want to be involved. No broadcaster would want to be involved. It's show business for a reason. It's not just about the fights. Because a lot of the time, just fights that are fucking boring. 12-round snooze fest. Most of the times, it's the build-up that's actually bigger than the fight. You know, occasionally you get a good build-up and a good fight, right? But it's so imperative for boxing to have a good build-up. Because there could be people watching Whyte and Fury the build-up thinking, I want to be a boxer. That's something I want to do. A boxer I know in Ireland, Tony Brown, I remember him telling me, saying, the first memory I have of boxing is watching Hatton and Mayweather, the 24/7 programs, and I wanted to be a professional boxer on the back of that. And Tony's a professional fighter now, right? A very good fighter. This is what it creates. That's what build-ups does. It gets people interested. And I can't believe people are saying it's okay. They're happy with it. If you're happy with that, then I honestly don't know what to say to you, because you wouldn't be happy if every other boxer was doing it, would you? Right? If every fighter said, fuck the fans, right? Fuck everyone else, I'm taking the money, doing no promotion, right? You'd soon get annoyed, right? So this is the problem with Dillian Whyte. There should be a backlash from fans. The ramifications of this will linger on and on. Right, and what I mean by that is with Frank Warren, Eddie Hearn, all these other people involved, because somewhere along the line they're going to have to do business again. The WBC and Whyte, you've got Frank Warren and Eddie Hearn, or these people, you've got Whyte, maybe, and Frank Warren might have to cross paths again. The ramifications are absolutely huge, right, and it can literally filter down and down and down and down to the lighter weights. Going to be other fights that are going to be put on between DAZN and Warren. How are they going to work together again? Especially if Whyte pulls out. Is he going to pull out the day before the fight? This is what we're all thinking. And people can say, oh, he's done well by not engaging in mind games and all that. But it's a load of bollocks. It's a load of nonsense. As I keep saying, I'm not saying create something, create fake beef or whatever, but you've not acknowledged the fight, mate. You've not come out and said, you know what? I want to thank the fans for purchasing tickets, the hard-earned money, especially in the middle of a pandemic and the cost of living crisis. Thank you very much for purchasing a ticket. I really appreciate it, right? However, I'm not going to participate in the promotion. I've got issues with the WBC, right? I'm going to see you on Fight Night. I'm going to win. I'm going to knock him out. That's all we needed. 20-second post on social media, 20-second video clip, however, a statement, whatever, just anything like that. And now it leads me to think that the fact he's done nothing. I mean, I can't see him showing up, because why is he gonna cut off his nose to spite his face, which is what he's done with the lack of promotion. Because if he gets beat comfortably, which could happen, where's he go? He's got no exposure out of it. He's got money, but he's been beat comfortably. And this is what's leading me to think, he's not stupid, Dillian Whyte. Maybe he's just thought, fuck it, I'm not fighting, I'm doing nothing, and I'll call it off when I call it off. I don't know. But make no mistake, there's going to be contingency plans, aren't there? And it's a bad look for boxing, because I'm sat here and I actually don't know what to say. And the fact that I'm looking all the time to see if the fight is called off, there's no reference point. We don't know his Dillian Whyte training card. How's he coping? Right? And all the mind game things, well, Fury's not involved with mind games, so it's actually helped him. He'll benefit from not promoting the fight. Happy days for Fury. He'll be more than happy not to put all his effort in the promotion. So Dillian Whyte actually hasn't got an advantage by doing no promotion. So this is what's leading me to think he's putting no promotion in. He's cutting off his nose to spite his face. He's getting no exposure out of it. Right? Dillian Whyte's not stupid. He wants to be a star on the stage. He's been talking about fighting in America. Well, there's no better way than to have a build-up and to get everyone talking. People in the States are going to see that. They don't know who you are in the States. They don't know the story with Fury and Whyte. They don't know they're not interested. They don't care. So you've got to tell him. And the fact he's not telling them the story and he's not putting any promotion in leads me to think this fight's not going to happen. I might be wrong. Who knows? Right? Maybe I will be wrong. I hope I am wrong. But as we sit here today, I don't know what to say. If the fight does happen, there's going to be little things like if Dillian Whyte wins the belt, right, and he's got all the footage, and is him holding the belt and he's celebrating. Will Frank Warren make a thing of telling him he can't use that footage or those images because it's on the BT show, it's on the Queensberry show? Will there be little daggers going in like that because Whyte refused to put his picture everywhere? He was making a fuss about that, which is just utterly pathetic. He was saying to Frank Warren, I don't want you to use my images or anything like that, even if it's to promote the fight. So maybe Frank Warren would dig his heels in and say, well, you know what? You're not allowed to post anything, any footage or any content regarding this fight afterwards, or we'll sue you for copyright. I don't know. This is what I'm saying. There's so many little things that can go on after this. Huge ramifications in boxing, especially UK boxing. And it is what it is. I mean, what can we say? We just have to see how it plays out. But it wouldn't surprise me if we get a late change of opponent next week, right? Because I've got no words. Let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe.